Rimuru and Ultima goes to One Piece, Rimuru and Ultima x One Piece, by Veldanava-God. Chapter 3. Chaos in Loguetown. The Tempest pirate ship smoothly sailed toward Loguetown, a place renowned for its infamous history, the site where the pirate king, Gol D. Roger, had been executed 2 years prior. The sight of the bustling port town drew the attention of Rimuru and Ultima, who stood side by side at the bow of their ship, the wind catching in their sails as they approached the island. Rimuru. So, this is Loguetown. The place where it all started for this world's pirates. Ultima grinned, her eyes flashing with excitement. Ultima. The execution of the Pirate King sparked the greatest era of piracy, huh? It's ironic that such a moment of death could birth so much chaos and adventure. Rimuru nodded, sensing the weight of history that lingered over the island. As they drew closer to the port, the town's bustling streets came into view, full of life, merchants selling goods, pirates stocking up on supplies, and marines patrolling the area to maintain order. Seal. Master Rimuru, Loguetown is a central hub for pirates and marines alike. Given its proximity to the Grand Line, it's heavily guarded by the world government. Azura added, her voice calm and playful as ever. Azura, and don't forget, Rimuru, it's also a perfect place to make a scene. After all, if we want to leave a mark on this world, we'll need to draw some attention. What better place than the town where the Pirate King was executed? Ultima crossed her arms, smirking as she glanced at Rimuru. Ultima. I agree. We should definitely stir up some trouble. This place is crawling with marines, and I've been itching to test out some of our new hockey skills. Rimuru chuckled, already knowing where this was headed. Rimuru. Let's start with gathering supplies first. We'll need food, weapons, and whatever else we can find before we start causing chaos. After all, if we're going to be pirates, we need to think strategically. Ultima. Fine, fine. But after we've stocked up, I say we pay the local marine base a little visit. It'll be fun to see how they handle a couple of hockey users like us. The Tempest pirates docked their ship at the harbor, drawing a few curious glances from the locals. As Rimuru and Ultima disembarked, they blended in easily with the crowds, their powerful auras masked, thanks to Seal and Azura. The market streets of Loguetown were vibrant and lively, with vendors selling fresh fruits, meats, spices, and various other goods. Pirates and civilians mingled, some shouting, others laughing, creating a chaotic atmosphere. Ultima. Let's split up. I'll take care of the food supplies. You can handle the weapons and other necessities. Rimuru nodded. Rimuru. Sounds good. Meet back at the harbor in an hour, and then we'll proceed with the fun part. They parted ways, both eager to complete their tasks quickly. Rimuru wandered through the market, easily purchasing swords, ammunition, and tools that would come in handy on their journey. His hockey senses were sharp, allowing him to avoid any potential troublemakers or pickpockets in the crowded streets. Meanwhile, Ultima swiftly gathered food supplies, her keen eyes scanning the stalls as she haggled with merchants. Despite her ruthless nature, she was surprisingly good at bargaining, getting the best prices for high-quality goods. An hour later, they regrouped at the harbor, their ship now stocked and ready for the next leg of their journey. Rimuru. All set. Now, shall we? Ultima grinned, her excitement barely contained. Ultima. Let's pay a visit to the Marines. They made their way through the town, their destination clear, the Marine base that loomed over Loguetown. It was a solid structure, built to withstand attacks from pirates, with high walls and numerous guards stationed at the gates. As they approached the base, Rimuru and Ultima glanced at each other, a silent understanding passing between them. This was where the fun would begin. Ultima. So, how should we do this? Go in loud, or sneak in and take them by surprise? Rimuru. Loud. We want to make a statement, right? Besides, it's more fun that way. Ultima laughed, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Ultima. I was hoping you'd say that. With a flick of his wrist, Rimuru used his Conqueror's Haki, sending a powerful wave of energy through the area. The immediate vicinity trembled as the weaker-willed Marines guarding the entrance collapsed to the ground, unconscious. The few that remained standing stared in shock, gripping their weapons tightly as they realized they were dealing with someone far beyond their skill level. Marine Guard. What the hell is this? Who are these people? Ultima stepped forward, her voice dripping with amusement. Ultima. We're the Tempest Pirates. Remember the name, because it's going to haunt you. Before the Marines could react, she unleashed her armament hockey, coating her fist in a black, hardened aura. She punched forward, sending a shockwave through the air that blasted open the gates of the Marine base, sending debris flying in all directions. Rimuru. I think that got their attention. Within seconds, alarms blared throughout the base, and dozens of Marines rushed out to confront them. Among them was a Marine commander, a stern-looking man with a long scar across his face. He drew his sword, glaring at Rimuru and Ultima. Commander. You dare attack a Marine base? You'll pay for this, pirates. Rimuru smiled, unfazed by the commander's words. Rimuru. I don't think you understand. You're not dealing with ordinary pirates. The commander lunged forward, his sword aimed at Rimuru's chest. But before he could land a hit, Rimuru disappeared in a blur of speed, reappearing behind the commander with a casual smile. Rimuru. Too slow. With a swift motion, Rimuru struck the commander's side with a hockey-infused blow, sending him crashing into a nearby wall. Ultima, meanwhile, was having her own fun. Surrounded by a group of Marines, she smirked, her eyes gleaming with anticipation. Ultima. You boys don't stand a chance, but hey, I admire your bravery. She raised her hand, unleashing a blast of Conqueror's hockey that sent half of the Marines collapsing to the ground. The rest tried to fight back, but Ultima's observation hockey allowed her to easily predict their movements. She dodged their attacks with grace, her body moving like a dancer's as she struck them down one by one. Ultima. Too easy. The commander, dazed from Rimuru's attack, struggled to his feet, glaring at the two of them. Commander. You won't get away with this. The Marines will hunt you down. Rimuru shrugged, not particularly concerned. Rimuru. That's the idea. We want to make a name for ourselves, after all. What better way than by taking out a Marine base? Ultima chuckled, stepping over the fallen bodies of the Marines as she approached Rimuru. Ultima. Well, that was fun, but I think we've made our point. Should we finish up here? Rimuru nodded, turning back to the commander. Rimuru. I think so. We've got what we came for. With a final glance at the battered Marine base, Rimuru and Ultima turned and walked away, leaving chaos in their wake. The Tempest Pirates had made their first move, and their reputation was about to skyrocket. As they walked back toward the harbor, Ultima stretched her arms, looking satisfied. Ultima. That was a good warm-up. I wonder how long it'll take before our bounties start showing up. Rimuru. Not long, I'd imagine. We'll be infamous soon enough. As they boarded their ship and set sail once more, the town of Loguetown faded into the distance. The Tempest Pirates were on the rise, and their adventure was only just beginning.